Now, from Wish TV, this is The Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine. Coming up tonight, the spring season is here, and the state finals are set in boys basketball.
The Chesterton Trojans survive, and they continue their unbeaten season.
In the Coach's Corner, meet the man leading Cathedral into the Class 4A championship game. Plus, our Athlete of the Week has helped Beech Grove boys basketball to its best postseason run ever.
I'm here to win it, just as everybody else is. We won a state championship up in our high school.
Everyone's rushing to catch it all new Zone Extra right now.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Zone Extra. I'm Olivia Ray, and what a great week of high school sports action as we approach the end of the basketball season and get ready for spring sports. So in the Coach's Corner tonight, I'm joined by the man who has Cathedral boys basketball in the state finals for the first time in 9 years. Irish coach Jason Delaney is here. Plus, in each of the past 2 weeks, our Athlete of the Week has led Beech Grove in scoring and helped the Hornets to their first ever boys basketball state finals appearance. We'll introduce you to junior Jaleel Edwards, and you won't want to miss the latest edition of Ask the Commissioner as we connect with Paul Neidig of the IHSAA. Now, let's take a look at this week in high school sports. Saturday was semi-state day in boys basketball. 8 games across Indiana with trips to Gainbridge Fieldhouse on the line. In Class 4A here, it was Cathedral facing Bloomington North. Early on, this was all Irish. They race out to a 19-7 lead after a quarter. And in the second, more from Cathedral. It's Jackson Edwards from the top of the key. He buries a 3. The lead stretched to 19 points, but the Cougars come back in the second half. Time is winding down here in the third. Marco Fitch for 3. Bloomington North back within 8 here. Under 2 minutes remaining. Nick Kleiber out of the corner. He gets the friendly bounce. The game, it's all tied up here. But at the other end, Tayshawn Comer drives, finds Xavier Booker. He lays it in, and the Irish win this one 61-55. We have much more on this game in just a few minutes as the head coach of the Irish joins us in Coach's Corner. So, who will the Irish face? In the north half of 4A, it was Kokomo going up against top-ranked and unbeaten Chesterton in front of a capacity crowd at the Crawley Center. Close game in the second quarter here. It's Travis Grayson all the way to the rim. The Trojans are up 3 with that. Late in the half here, Grayson with the steal. He's taken it all the way the other way. 3-point lead at the break for them. Third quarter now. Here come the Cats. Patrick Hardiman open for 3. Kokomo goes in front and would push the lead to 5 with a quarter to go, but game tied with under 10 seconds to go. Travis Grayson drives, he draws the foul. His free throws give Chesterton the lead, and under a second to go. Shane Spear, catch and shoot from the corner for the win. It was no good. Chesterton wins a thriller 42-40. That's going to be a great state final in 4A. Now to Class 3A, Beech Grove in the semi-state round. For the first time ever, the Hornets taking on 4th-ranked Sullivan. Early on, Beech Grove looking good. They lead by 8 after a quarter. We move ahead to the 4th now. Sullivan's Jackson Hills. He lays it in. The Golden Arrows are up by 6. Final seconds here, Beech Grove up to Randy Kelly to Rocco Rochelle. It ties the game. We're getting free basketball here in semi-state. Overtime we go. Jaleel Edwards with the floater. Hornets up 4, and they advance to the state finals for the first time in program history. 62-58, the final in that one.
What a great environment to play in. Sullivan had a great team. Randy Kelly, a great player. To go down there and come out, and we took a pretty good lead there in the first quarter. There in the fourth, we fought some adversity, got down 5 or 6 points, hit some big shots, and we sat down and guarded. And we have our leading scorer and rebounder getting a little bit of foul trouble and end up fouling out of the game. But, you know, there's no letdown. And these kids deserve it, man. I mean, they've put in a lot of time, blood, sweat, tears, as we say. But, I mean, we've done it all together. And to be able to have a chance to play on Saturday night in the final game of the high school season is it's something that's it hasn't sunk in yet, but maybe after the season it will.
The Hive is buzzing as they head to Gainbridge Fieldhouse. For now, let's head to Class 2A at Seymour. Number 9, Eastern Hancock, looking for their first trip to state. The Royals took on Providence. Third quarter here, Jacob Spalding with the steal, finishes on the other end, and Eastern Hancock leads by 3. Providence down a point now, under 2 minutes left. Casey Kalin misses, but Grant Williams gets the putback, and the Pioneers are up by a point. Now 40 seconds to go. Providence up 1. Max Beatty drills the huge 3. Providence wins this one 41-33. They face Central Noble in the 2A title game. So the matchups are set. Let's take a look at all of the championship games coming up on Saturday at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. It all gets started at 10:30 a.m. in Class 1A as second-ranked North Davies takes on Lafayette Central Catholic. That's followed by the 2A title game as Providence faces off against number 3 Central Noble. And then the night session gets underway around 6 p.m. It will be the 3A championship game between Beech Grove and the second-ranked Mishawaka Marion team. Then in the nightcap, it's Class 4A taking center stage as number 8 Cathedral meets top-ranked and undefeated Chesterton. Meanwhile, as the winter sports calendar comes to a close, we head back outdoors with a full slate of spring sports now. That includes both boys and girls lacrosse. Carmel, they are the defending girls Class 2A state champ. And on the boys side, Hamilton Southeastern won the Class 2A state championship last season. Last Friday night, the Royals were supposed to face Carmel in their home opener. The teams made it through about a quarter before the weather stopped the game, with HSE holding a 4-2 lead. Hamilton Southeastern says the game will be continued at a later date. So to the girls' side of lacrosse, we saw a good one last week between a pair of Hamilton County rivals. It was Noblesville hosting Hamilton Southeastern. This one was close most of the evening. Noblesville took a 6-5 lead into halftime. And in the second half, the Royals outscore the Millers by 2. They get the win 11-10. The Royals followed that win up 48 hours later with a victory over the Penn Kingsmen, a powerhouse in girls lacrosse. All right, we are officially almost a month into track and field season. We've already seen some great performances from several teams and individuals across Central Indiana. In fact, this week's state rankings, they're filled with local teams. Let's check out the current state track rankings. For the boys, Plainfield sitting at the top, Carmel in number 2. Then there's Brownsburg, Bloomington North, and Columbus North at number 5. And now, taking a look at the girls' rankings. The Greyhounds at number 1, North Central in second, Noblesville, HSE, and Columbus North rounding out the top 5 for the ladies. All right, great stuff from the high school track teams. It is now time for a quick break, but we have much more ahead on the Zone Extra. Up next, it is the Coach's Corner. His Irish are 1 win away from their first ever boys basketball state title. In a quarter century, that is. Cathedral head coach Jason Delaney is here in studio and still ahead. He's a key reason why Beech Grove is making its best boys basketball tournament run ever. We'll introduce you to our Athlete of the Week, Jaleel Edwards. That's next.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine. The Coach's Corner, presented by Junk King.
Welcome back to the Zone Extra. It is time now for our Coach's Corner. And as you saw earlier in the show, Cathedral knocked off Bloomington North last weekend in the Class 4A semi-state. They punched a ticket to the state finals for the first time in 9 seasons, where they will meet top-ranked Chesterton for the state title. Now, welcome to the Zone Extra. It is the man in charge of the Irish, who's had a nerve-wracking couple of weeks, Mr. Jason Delaney. Coach, appreciate you joining us here today. And we're going to lead off with, I think, the emotion that fills heading to the state title game, especially knowing that you are leading Cathedral there for the first time in 9 seasons, looking for the first state title since 1998. Yeah. It's been a minute for the Irish.
It has been. Thanks for having me. It's just the feeling is overwhelming because this is something that we've talked about since we got there 6 years ago. And we've gone through a lot of things just to get to this point. Cathedral, with all its history, all the football state championships and every other program, there's only been one boys basketball state championship, 1998 in 3A. And then in 2013, playing for a state championship. So this is, it has been a minute. And we're trying to be the first ones ever to hang a 4A banner up in that gym.
Love it. We're building Cathedral into a powerhouse basketball school as well. That's the tease right there. All right, we want to take a look back at those semi-state highlights because it was a thrilling game. We were just talking about this in break. I don't think you wanted it to be thrilling because you guys built a huge lead early, 19 points. What was working early in that game? That's what we'll start with.
The ball was moving, we were moving, and we were getting stops on defense. We were forcing them to do things that they didn't want to do, to go directions they didn't want to go. And you know, the second half, they kind of got downhill on us and to the right hand, and they were able to make plays that way, either getting to the basket or being able to kick to their shooters. And we quit moving as much. We got a little tired, and I think we got a little comfortable. That was the big talk at halftime, was about, you know, we're in the Final Four of the state tournament, so no one's going to be easy. No one's going to lay down. It's not like Bloomington North's not going to come out and play a second half. And so, you know, we kind of let our foot off the gas a little bit, and hopefully it's a huge learning experience for us.
Yeah, and that seems to be Bloomington North's MO, especially somehow against a couple of your teams. It was 8 years ago, and they did this when you were the head coach at Tech. So how nervous were you down the stretch as you saw them crawling back into this game?
You know, it's funny. It kind of goes through your mind, you know, because you remember what happened 8 years ago when you had a big lead and they come back. And when that shot went in by Claber, when it bounced and it looked like it was going to go long and it went up straight up in the air and came down, you're asking yourself, what is going on right now? And our guys, to their credit, they weren't shook or anything. They came down and they executed, and we were able to get some baskets and pull that out. But, you know, when you get to this level, everyone's trying to win. They're going to give everything they have, and so you really have, the margin of error is so small, especially in 4A, so the attention to detail is so important. And so that execution, people don't realize how on point that has to be.
And you may have hinted at this already, but as that buzzer sounded and you knew that you were heading back to Gainbridge Fieldhouse, this time with Cathedral, just the emotions that washed over you, how relieved were you and how excited were you, and what was the message immediately following that game?
You know, the coach in you, not very happy because you just blew a lead, you know, but you know, you look at the kids and they're celebrating, and that's the whole point of a run, is you see that emotion, you see the happiness, you see the smiles, you see guys who didn't even get into the game and they're so excited, and you see the crowd, and I mean, that's what it's all about in a run. Those are memories that are going to last forever, and to be a part of that is a lot of fun. You have a special bond with teams like this, and it lasts for a lifetime.
And you have gotten to experience this bond with several different teams. If you were to win a state title on Saturday, you would actually be the first head coach in Indiana basketball history to win a state title with 3 different programs. What makes this specific group special? Because I know you just alluded to that, but there is something special with this Cathedral team.
Oh, there's a lot special. You know, in 6 years, we faced a lot of heartache. To go 5 straight years without even winning a sectional game, you know, and that starts to get in your psyche. You start to think about things like that, and believe me, people don't let you forget that. And to do it with this group of guys who have believed and so positive and such great chemistry, and the coaching staff who works, you know, endless hours to make sure we're prepared. To see us, you know, finally you get that buy-in from them, and it's there, and now you see their believing being rewarded, and you see the fruits of your labor as you advance, and that's what makes it special. You know, number one, these kids are really good basketball players, but above that, their character is outstanding. Like, they allow us to coach them hard, they allow us to push them, we allow, you know, us to just grow together, and so for me as a coach, it's rewarding to see them see the payoff in that. You know, and I'm a big believer, you know, you work hard, you do things the right way, things take care of themselves. You know, we talk to our guys about that with scholarships and awards coming their way. Like that, if that's not your focus, if you focus on sacrificing for each other and you focus on doing the right things, then those things are going to come. You don't have to worry about them.
All right, Coach, incredible work here with the Irish this season. One more to go. It's on Saturday, the nightcap. It is against undefeated Chesterton, so we will have our eyes on that. Of course, highlights on Wish TV all weekend long of the state finals games. But Coach, good luck. We appreciate you joining us here on Zone Extra. Good luck to the Irish, and still ahead on the Zone Extra, it is our Athlete of the Week. His big performances in the biggest games of the season have Beech Grove going for a state championship. Up next, meet Hornets junior Jaleel Edwards. Plus, we reveal our Play of the Week. Stick and stay. Zone Extra is back after the break.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine.
Welcome back to the Zone Extra. As you saw earlier in the show, Beech Grove is on its way to the boys basketball state championship this weekend for the first time ever. And one of the key reasons for the Hornets' success is the play of junior guard Mr. Jaleel Edwards. Edwards led all Beech Grove scorers 2 weeks ago with 18 points in the regional championship win over Danville. He followed that up last Saturday by scoring a team-high 16 in the overtime semi-state victory against Sullivan, which is 10 points above his season average. Half of those points Saturday came in the crucial fourth quarter and overtime periods. Incredible. And Edwards tells us the semi-state thriller was one wild ride for the Hornets.
My emotions were everywhere. From first quarter to last, I was nervous, happy, overwhelmed. I had emotions all over the place. And it feels good to be the first team in school history to go to state.
You know, when he's confident and playing confident, Jaleel doesn't think like there's anybody out there that can stop him, and he went out and proved that on Saturday night. It was a big-time game, and he stepped up in a big-time situation.
I was letting the game come to me, and then at times it was like we needed a leader on and off the court, and I was being a leader on the court, you know, because we needed some type of momentum. We were dead going into halftime, and I stepped up and took that role.
The kids trust Jaleel, and it's now even, you know, late in the games when it gets a little bit tighter, you know, the kids look to Jaleel. So if Jaleel's not scoring the ball, Jaleel's getting other guys wide open shots. So it's definitely been a big time plus for us.
Really going into the paint again, my teammates' other shots and me going in, scoring, and if need be, pass it out to one of our shooters. So we have excellent shooters on the team. I'm here to win it just as everybody else is. We won a state championship up in our high school.
All right, good luck to Jaleel Edwards and Beech Grove. They face Mishawaka Marion at 6 on Saturday. All right, time for a break, but more still to come on the Zone Extra, including our play of the week. Plus, it's the latest installment of Ask the Commissioner with Paul Neidig of the IHSAA.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine.
Welcome back again to the Zone Extra. It is now time for our Ask the Commissioner segment. Each week we take one of your questions to the IHSAA Commissioner, Mr. Paul Neidig, and we bring you his answer. So here's this week's question. With the spring season upon us, are there any great high school baseball or softball venues that you truly enjoy? Paul?
Well, obviously, being from where I'm from, I grew up around Bossy Field, you know, one of the oldest baseball facilities in the entire country. And they've done a really good job of updating that facility, but really protecting the charm of it. But you know what I'm amazed is the quality of facilities that we have and the work that parents do to develop those facilities. They may be contractors with a construction company or somewhere else, and the parents love giving back so much that they've taken facilities that a school may not have a lot of money to put in, and they've developed them to another level. And that's evident everywhere you go in the state, and just the quality of place our kids get to play. It's continues to improve every year.
Thank you, Paul. Love the Evansville shout out there. And remember, you can submit questions anytime by tweeting at us using the hashtags #TheZoneExtra and Ask the Commish. Your questions could be used in a future show. All right, now let's check out our play of the week. Eastern Hancock and Providence in the 2A semi-state at Seymour. Third quarter, Landon O'Neill from well behind the arc. That three is part of an 8-0 run for the Royals. We'll watch it one more time. Eastern Hancock unfortunately falls in a close one to Providence on Saturday night. Our crews will be out covering high school sports all weekend long to bring you all of these great plays of the week. And remember, your video could be featured on a future edition of the Zone Extra as our play of the week. Here's what to do. Tweet us again using the hashtag #TheZoneExtra, and you can watch next Thursday night to see if your play is our play of the week. All right, that's going to do it here for the Zone Extra. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck to our state basketball teams as they compete for titles on Saturday. All right, have a great night, everyone.